and welcome to Louisiana Focus. I'm Kelly Burns.
And I'm Ty Mayon. Today we go back in time and discover a long-lost history of Opelousas.
Plus, we speak to two college students who have had the courage to live after a horrific accident.
And we get to meet our favorite superheroes at this year's Comic-Con. These stories and more, next on Louisiana Focus.
For many Opelousas residents, history is sometimes taken for granted or unknown. And for one local, her interest in St. Landry Parish led her to discover a secret dark chapter in her hometown. Reporter Iman Boyd has more. Please be advised that some of the images in this story are graphic in nature.
Massacres in America are all too familiar. One of the largest massacres in history happened right here in Opelousas, Louisiana.
I've been working on this for about 10, 12 years. When I first found out about it, I've been researching in Opelousas 30-odd years, and I had never heard of the Opelousas massacre. What I'm doing tonight is acknowledging those people, the ones that survived, the ones that are present, their ancestors that fought in this massacre. So it's commemorating 150 years.
The massacre began when 3 local whites beat up Emerson Bentley, who registered blacks to vote. Reacting to Bentley's beating, local blacks came to his rescue. Within a 24-hour period, a white mob killed nearly 300 blacks for their right to vote. Many locals were unaware that the event ever happened, including Mayor of Opelousas, Reggie Tatum, who was born and raised in the city.
So I did some research on it, and I realized, I said, man, this is something that a lot of people, myself included, didn't know about, because it's not included in the curriculum of the schools, so a lot of kids don't have the opportunity to learn about that history.
That's why Marcel is leaving her research open for personal interpretation.
Me sharing information with them, I would love for them to do their own research on it. Give me your take. What do you think? Because I can have my side, and you may disagree with my side. So what you do is you research it for yourself.
For Louisiana Focus, I'm Iman Boyd with photojournalist Haley Gonzalez.
Surviving a terrible car crash is a hardship that can be both physically and mentally challenging. But for these two UL students, this adversity in life made them stronger. Reporter Aranika Johnson has more.
Well, honestly, it changed me as a perspective on life, because I never went through something like that before.
On March 24, 2017, while on the way to a track meet, 2 young men were involved in a fatal car crash. This was the day everything changed for 19-year-old Tyreek Leroy Johnson and Jalen Cavalier.
As far as I remember, I was sleeping in a car with my friend Jalen. Next thing I know, I woke up in a car, dashboard crushed my chest in between the seat, blood everywhere, smoke everywhere. I was blacking in and out, and I remember my friend Deasia pulling me out.
Sirens, screams, and darkness were all of the things that Tyreek and Jalen were surrounded by.
I just remember waking up in a hospital bed, and the doctors doing some x-rays and stuff, and they're telling me that I had to have surgery on my right hip and my left index finger.
Sadness filled the room. While amongst family and friends, doctors didn't know if Tyreek or Jalen would live to see another day.
And I just remember seeing a lot of blood and my parents, and the first thing that was going through my head was just like, yeah, am I dying?
I was just honestly crying, because I ain't never went through pain like that before. But once that happened and I went through therapy and I got better, I was like, you know what, you gotta live life to the fullest. You can't just, because any day could be your last day, and that day could have been mine. Parents encouraged me to start driving before then, but then I was a little scared because I didn't want the same thing to happen again.
These days you can find Tyreek and Jalen working and attending life groups on campus.
Surrounding me right now. God, thank you for our leaders, RJ and John, Thank you for letting them be such great leaders to us, being the leader of such a fun life group that I really enjoy coming to. God, allow us to shoot up this place with water guns. Hope you wish us luck with that.
It's homecoming week at UL, and students all week have been letting loose their Raging Cajun spirit in spectacular fashion. Reporter Horace Hall follows one undergraduate as he rolls out his talent to obtain winning status in the world of Greek.
With homecoming week upon us, the University of Louisiana at Lafayette and the University Program Council have a week filled with activities and events set for the student body. The annual Greeks Got Talent show took place on Tuesday night, and one student in particular took another route.
I actually just found out about it a few days ago. Apparently I'm competing against a bunch of sororities. Hopefully I don't beat them because I want to get, numbers. So yeah.
As the university gears up for the big game this Saturday, the competition between the Greeks was already in full swing.
I rap, I make music, I produce stuff sometimes, I engineer. I'm musically gifted, you would say. I started rapping in the 8th grade, so like 5 years ago, I guess. I used to suck, I don't suck anymore. Hopefully I can prove that.
But Cameron Thomas held his own.
I try to do all the raps. I don't want to be like a box, I don't want to be in a box. So I try to do everything. I try to do like the Drake stuff, the Kendrick stuff. I can't do 21 Savage, I'm not that hood. I'm pretty small, but anything I can do, I try. I try to be pretty versatile.
Oh, Caleb left his shoes. What a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about for tonight?
That's a good question. I just want to do really good. Hopefully the crowd likes me and they interact with me. I do like a interactive thing on stage. Hopefully they just vibe with me. This is my first time rapping in Lafayette, so I just hope they like me. That's it. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, yeah.
All in all, it was a great turnout for the university, ending with sorority Phi Mu coming in first place.
And finally, for some, Halloween came early as hundreds dressed up in their favorite costumes as they attended the annual Comic-Con here in Lafayette. Our reporter Ashley Hamilton has more.
Comic-Con, an event that gives many a chance to meet creators, experts, and celebrities. The event also gives comic book lovers a chance to celebrate their interests with others.
Well, it's really fun because there's everyone dressed up and you get to be friends with everybody because everyone's just weird.
Not only were there costumes at the event, there were also a couple of dancing machines.
I love Louisiana Comic-Con. I have been coming since day one here in Lafayette. We are Orion's Envy. We're a dance party group. We're mobile. We roll around cons and we just like to bring a good time, like to help people allow themselves to have fun a little bit more so than they're already having, and just to be free.
Every fan came with a superpower in mind.
Super speed. I'd really like to run really fast. I think Snake would like flying. He'd like to fly.
To refill things. Because if you have an enemy, you can just refill their bladder.
Superpowers. I don't know. I would probably flying. I think flying would be fun. So I could like fly back and forth, to the water fountain really fast and then back to the dance party.
With each new event that Comic-Con has, people from all over the world have a chance to come out and share their love for comic books. Most still remember their first encounter with comics.
My mom. We watched Nightmare on Elm Street, and I wanted to meet Freddy Krueger. So she was like, hey, I got tickets to a Comic-Con in New Orleans. And I was like, okay. She was like, are you going to dress up? I was like, what are you talking about? So she's the reason I got into this, and she's the reason I keep doing it.
My mom or dad bought me a comic book, brought me to a pharmacy, and there was a spinner rack with a bunch of comics on it. You pick one out, and it just happens to be the right comic, and you fall in love with it, and you just read it and read it and read it. Now I'm 44 years old, I'm still reading comic books, so I guess some things you never get over, right?
No matter your love for anime, cosplay, or comics, Comic-Con every year is home for fans who show their appreciation and passion. Their costumes are evidence. This has been Ashley Hamilton with photojournalist Jamila Folker.
And that's all the time we have for Louisiana Focus. Our camera operator is Ashley Hamilton, our teleprompter is Roman Glancy, and our producer is Haley Gonzalez.
Our assistant technical director is Robert Francis, our technical director is Matt Roberts, and our faculty advisors are graduate assistant Amy Borax and Professor Patricio Salinas. I'm Kelly Burns.
And I'm Ty Mayon. We'll see you next time on Louisiana Focus.